Welcome to Toy Business Unboxed, your gateway to the secrets of the toy industry. Here, Jason Hsieh, a toy entrepreneur and expert in the
Every
field.
product we develop is really inspired by some of the real life experience that we have with our son, major retailers.
Yeah.
Check. Is it? We think this is cool. Is this cool?
The thing with Amazon is just it become more and more complicated over the years. Yeah, maybe you can also consider to create more online resources.
We'll guide you through the enchanting world of toy design, marketing, and manufacturing. Now let the unboxing begin.
Welcome to another episode of Toy Business Unboxed. I'm your host, Jason Hsieh. On today's podcast, we are thrilled to have Jennifer, the Chief Operating Officer of Little Medical School, as our guest. Jennifer's journey from the doctors, with being kids to a doctor, and with a love for role playing to leading the educational franchise. Little Medical School is truly inspiring. We'll be exploring how Little Medical School work and the after-school program they have, the toy line they have, and how they are really engaging with children and inspiring them to pursue career in healthcare through the wonderful program and product that Jennifer and her company offer. Thank you for joining us today on the podcast, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive in a little bit deeper and learn a little bit more about your business. So can you tell the audience more about like your childhood experience and how does that inspire you to start the little medical school as of today?
Sure. So my dad is a retired physician and my brother is a physician and my sister was a nurse. And so I've kind of grown up in the medical field, watching my dad, watching my brother. And I always wanted to be a teacher too. So I worked.
Whoa. Okay.
I've had, multiple jobs throughout my career where I worked at the hospital for 6 years and got that hands-on experience.
Okay.
And then I've worked with various different doctors in other aspects. And then I found Little Medical School, and it was just getting started as a business. It was created by Dr. Mary Mason here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
And she created it because she was actually speaking to one of her children's classrooms and talking about what it's like to be a doctor and why she chose to become a doctor.
Okay.
And in doing so, she decided, there's not a lot out there to help educate kids about healthcare careers and get them excited. And so she decided to create Little Medical School and the first Little Doctor program. And that was back in 2010. And then I joined her in 2013 and have been helping her grow the business and, creating the toy line and bringing in franchisees to help kind of spread our curriculum around the country and internationally.
Nice. What was the aha moment that led to the creation of the first Little Medical School lesson?
Just that there was nothing out there to help educate kids, and they don't get that real hands-on experience with real medical tools. So, for instance, in our very first program, it's called Little Doctor School, and the first class is called What's in the Doctor's Bag.
Okay. Yeah.
The students get a real working stethoscope.
Okay.
They learn how to put it together. They learn how to use it.
Yep.
And then we teach them how to do blood pressures. Okay. And then we teach them how to use the reflex hammer. Okay. And then they do an exam, like with their partner and stuff, like doing, checking their vital signs and kind of getting a feel for why is a doctor listening to my heart? Why is a doctor checking my reflexes? Okay. And helping children better understand why doctors are doing these things. And because of that, we have had kids who were so afraid to go to the doctor that are no longer afraid because they're walking into their doctor's office going, oh, I know what that is. And I know why you're going to use it on me. And it kind of alleviates that stress and anxiety that kids have when they go to the doctor. So that is one of the aha moments I think that we've had over the years too, is there's just not a lot of education out there or teaching kids basic life-saving skills, which we do in the after-school setting and in the summer camp setting, teaching CPR, Heimlich, first aid, how to tie tourniquets, things that they're not learning during the day-to-day school, we're teaching them in the after-school setting.
That's wonderful. Yeah, thank you for doing that. That's definitely very unique. And
Yes,
I know you also have a whole toy line that
we
is
do.
part of your business model. Can you kind of explain to the audience how does that idea come about and what make it unique?
So the reason we decided to do the toys was we had a couple students come to one of our summer camps,
Yeah.
and they were visiting their grandparents, and their
Mhm.
grandparents had signed them up for one of our camps. Well,
Yep.
when they went back to their home state, they were looking for more little medical school programs to get the kids involved in.
Okay.
And they called us and we're like, unfortunately, we don't have a franchise in your state.
Hmm.
And Dr. Mason and I just kind of started thinking like, well, maybe we could create some toys kind of based around our curriculum
Hmm.
and bring it to the masses and do something that's different. When you
Mm.
see medical kits at the stores, everything is the plastic, the fake,
Yeah.
and while that's great and all, we love the idea of using the real medical equipment. So in
Mhm.
our toys, we do sell real stethoscopes in 4 different colors. We do
Mhm.
incorporate some of those stethoscopes in a couple of our kits,
Mm.
activity kits.
Yeah.
But a lot of our product is based around role play. Kids
Mhm.
love to role play. They
Yeah.
want to, if whether it's one of our vet toys or a pediatrician toy
Yeah.
or a wilderness survival set, whatever it may be, there's going to be some kind of medically related tool, real
Mhm. Yeah.
medical tool that encompasses our toys. We wanted something different to bring to the market that you don't typically see. And
Mm.
that's kind of what created our toy line is for the folks where or states or countries where we don't have a franchise, this
Yes.
allows them access to some of our programs.
Programs. Yeah. 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 And you mentioned about a few real medical tool. Can you kind of describe like a few of them that's in the kits?
Yes. So in the kits and the toy kits, we do use the real working stethoscopes.
Okay.
Those do come in 4 different colors.
Okay.
We also utilize a 5-in-1 survival tool in our
Oh.
wilderness survival set, and
Okay.
that is
Yeah.
to, teach kids when they're hiking or they're going out with friends, just the safety using the whistle or
Yes.
using the compass if they get lost. It's
Mhm.
teaching them these basic skills that
Yeah.
one could need in any kind of situation.
Do you
So,
have any product in the room right now that you can show the audience what it look like?
um, not near if I had known before, I would have had a
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
toys.
Okay. I forgot to remind you. Sorry about that.
Um,
Yeah.
I can always grab some if need be, but,
Mhm.
yeah, so we have like I said, we use syringes, like, not with needles, obviously, but
Yeah.
teaching kids how to draw up different medications or drawing blood. We have our
Mhm.
new, Echo, the dolphin, which is Vetopia, that
Mhm.
comes with a syringe, which teaches them how to draw blood out of the tail flukes of a dolphin.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I know it sounds and we do Tommy John surgery in our sports surgeon kit,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's a very popular
Yes.
surgery on the elbow for that a lot of baseball players go
Okay.
through.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
we created a surgical board, and it has a picture of the elbow and some holes drilled in it, and then they do the tendon transfer. So
Oh,
it's a
whoa. Okay.
yeah.
Very specific. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, they get to make a ball and socket joint and a hinge joint. They
Yeah.
learn about all the bones in their body. They learn how to take care of sprains and strains.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of like learning how to splint a broken leg is in our wilderness survival kit.
Yeah.
There's lots of really useful and helpful things that kids are learning through
Mm.
our educational STEM activity kits.
Nice, nice, nice. And I want to transition and talk about your after school program and the summer camp that your company provide, and how does that complement with the educational toys that your company also offer?
Well, we can actually teach a program with our toys. So
Hmm.
somebody said, "Hey, could you come? We'll buy the toys, and then you could do some activities, extra activities, even with the kit, and then you could bring in some extra activities to do with the toys." But our
Yeah.
after-school programs and our summer camps, we have over 400 hours of programming
Oh,
from
whoa.
little doctor school, nursing, pharmacy,
Yeah.
3 veterinarian programs. Actually, we just came out with our 4th. We just came
Oh,
out
nice.
with a new marine biology summer camp that talks about sea turtles.
Yeah.
And then we have sports medicine, pediatrician, wilderness. We just wrote a forensics program, dentistry, nutrition. So we have a ton of programming, and our programs, our after school programs and summer camps sell out really fast
What
because
is a
there's
typical
nobody
age
else
group?
doing this.
Yeah, this stuff definitely very unique. What is a typical age group for the kids that's participating?
Well, we do age ranges 4 to 14.
Okay.
We have a teen medical program for the older kiddos, the 12, 13, 14-year-olds. And then we also just created a caregiver and me program that would be more for your 1 to 3-year-old. And that involves the caregiver as well. So learning
Oh,
about
okay.
how they're
Okay.
developing and teaching them different things they could try at home, different activities.
Nice.
But I would say our sweet spot of children that take our programs is probably between the age of 5 and 9. And our veterinarian programs and our little doctor program are incredibly popular. We have 2 dog programs, a cat program, a horse program, and then we just created the marine biology program.
Nice. So yeah, I do have a lot of different type. So they can, if they want to work in SeaWorld in the future, maybe they could.
Yes. Yes. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
So
children want to be vets. You know, they're adorable. We had a little girl come to one of our camps last summer, and
yes.
she showed up to camp every single day in a new pair of scrubs, different colors, with her name embroidered on them. And I'm not kidding you. Her mom
Yeah.
was like, my daughter just loves all things medicine.
Yeah.
And she's just excited. She just, wants to be a doctor when she gets older. And
Nice.
this little girl came to our camp every day, just ready to go in her little uniform with a smile on her face and just was excited to learn. It
Nice.
was really
Yeah. It's important to make the play more fun and also
exactly.
educational at the same time. That's
Yep.
a whole point. I just got back from the Certified Play Expert program, the Astra round, and
Yeah.
that's what they teach about child development and the importance of incorporating play into
Yes.
the educational setting.
Yes.
So because who want to listen to a boring lecture, right? So yeah. So,
Exactly. And that's what we teach our instructors when they're hired to teach our programs. The kids have been sitting in school all day. And
yeah.
then they get to come to us. And
Yeah.
we want this to be an experience, but
Mhm.
we also want them to learn some stuff too. So it's very minimal lecture and
Mhm.
more hands-on
Hands-on learning.
role
Yes.
play, learning what
Yeah.
it's like to do
Yeah.
anything and
So
everything.
that's a perfect transition to my next question. What are some of the key benefits to child gain from role playing as a healthcare professional in your program?
Well, it kind of, like I said in the beginning, it kind of helps alleviate some of that stress and anxiety about going to a doctor's appointment for themselves, because
Yep.
now they have a better understanding of why the doctor is doing the things that they're doing at their appointments.
Sure.
That has been one of the biggest benefits.
Mm.
Something else too that we get a lot of phone calls about from parents is the fact that we're teaching life-saving skills. We had a
Oh,
dad who
good.
got injured
Mhm.
and their child ran and got their first aid kit that they had created in our class,
Oh, whoa.
brought it out and
Yeah.
gave his dad first aid and
Whoa.
splinted his leg and did all the stuff that he was supposed to do. And
Oh my God. Whoa.
yeah,
That's
so
impressive. Okay.
it's,
Yeah.
tying tourniquets and,
Yeah.
different things like that have
Yeah.
had a true impact.
I
And
see.
then you've got kids that have had no real education about, what do my lungs do? How does my
Mm.
heart work? What is
Yeah.
digestion? We have a great activity around digestion where they're using buckets and strainers and
Mm.
spoons and spray
Okay.
bottles to learn about how digestion works, and then they get to play all those different roles.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay. Nice.
someone's the mouth, someone's the saliva digestive juices, someone's the stomach, the
Got
small
it.
intestine, the large intestine, and then what we call the end.
Mhm.
And the kids love it and they want to keep doing it over and over. And then they're remembering, oh,
Mhm.
this is how digestion works.
Yeah. Okay. That's some really successful story. Almost the kids saved the parents' life almost.
And they love it. They love playing that. They love going home and taking care of grandma and grandpa and their dog or their cat.
Sure.
They like to, we give them little lab coats. They get disposable white lab coats. And we do a graduation ceremony at the end of every program.
Oh, well, okay.
We invite the parents to come, and the kids put on a presentation of everything they learned.
Yes.
So the parents can see the value of what their kids learned during our programs.
I
and
see.
then we carry that into the toys. So there is a graduation diploma in all of our programs, or all of our activity kits, I'm sorry. And so everything's laminated, everything's reusable. Kids
nice.
want to play with toys over and over and over again. And we made everything just real easy and accessible to be able to play with that multiple times.
I see. And I was checking your website. Look like you guys also run birthday party. Can you talk about the birthday party too? Yeah.
We do. We have several different birthday parties. We call it Prescribe Your Own Party.
Okay.
And so a child can choose from, they want to be a doctor, they could have a little doctor party. We have a lot of kids that do the vet parties. So whether it's a dog, a cat, a horse, they can choose which one. We have a That Is Gross party. That's learning, about snot and burping and flatulence.
I see. That's more
fun.
The
boys really love that one. The boys love that one.
Okay.
We have a pediatrician birthday program. We have a wilderness survival birthday program. So they really, if they just have something that they really like, a forensics, if they wanted to do a forensics birthday, we could do that too, where they could solve a crime and all that fun stuff.
Okay, you do that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely a variety of stuff. I'll definitely share that with my wife, maybe for the next birthday party.
I like it. We would love to do it.
We have 3 kids, so 14, 10, and 6.
Well, they're the perfect ages.
Yeah,
Perfect ages.
They are. So, what advice do you have for other businesses looking to launch their own toy line? Because it sounds like you guys also have quite a bit of success launching your own toy line on top of the program you guys have.
My biggest takeaway from all of this, that in all the years I've been doing this now, I think we're going on 11 years.
Yeah.
And is the size of your packaging. I mean, we have drastically changed from really big to getting smaller and smaller and smaller, because what I've learned from retailers is it's all about how it fits on their shelves.
True. Yeah,
And
that apply online as well. You don't want the packaging to be too big. Is the shipping costs?
The shipping costs, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's paying attention to your retailers. They're the ones that are buying. They're the ones that are putting you on their shelves, and you want to make sure you're putting out a product that is eye-catching and that is a little unique and different and not like everything else. And you just want to make sure that your packaging is we've recently just changed a lot of our packaging.
Oh, okay.
Like with the Vetopia line.
Yeah.
Turning the actual package into, so we have a cow and a dolphin, and the cow looks like a barn. And when the box opens up, it opens up into the habitat, or what we're calling.
Oh yeah, I saw it on the website. Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole entire kit is getting used. And then they get to do the exam on the cow like a veterinarian would do.
Nice.
And they learn what about dairy cows, and they get to watch a video of a real dairy cow being milked. And so
nice.
Changing that packaging was huge for us.
For
and,
sure. Yeah.
The stores are like, oh my gosh, this is great. It's a little bit smaller. It can be stacked. So lots to think about. Don't come out with something that's going to take up a ton of shelf space, because a lot of times retailers will walk right past your booth or walk right past your toy, and that's not going to look good on my shelf, or that's too big for my shelf. And that's something that I've learned over the years, and I'm excited with our direction.
Good. I think retail is something pretty new to myself, since for my own brand for the past 8 years, we're 100% online. We do a lot of D2C. Google, Facebook, Amazon, all the online marketplaces, and we shop. But since I just got back from NASRA, one of the number one feedback I was getting from all the retailers I was talking to is we need better packaging. So that's definitely a key.
Packaging is key. It could make or break.
Yeah, for retail, but for online, it's not. No one care about the packaging when you buy
Right.
online, to be honest.
Right.
So yeah, so it's just a very different, I would say, perspective. And I'm still learning as a toy entrepreneur on how can I really tailor to the need to the retailer. So I want to transition the next question about, because you also have a franchise business model, which is pretty rare out of all the guests I have interviewed so far for the podcast. So can you kind of describe how does the franchise model of the Little Medical School work, and what are some of the opportunity out there for people that are interested, that's also want to maybe get into a franchise business model?
Of course. So we started franchising Little Medical School in 2015.
Okay.
And that was after getting phone calls from various states where kids have taken our classes like to visit their grandparents in another state, and they wanted in their state. And so we were like, well, let's franchise it.
Okay.
So we started franchising in 2015. And when you franchise, you get a protected territory. So you basically give us a couple zip codes, and then we build the territory for you.
Okay.
And then you would service all the schools, public, private, religious, community centers, parks departments, libraries, hospitals. The beautiful thing about Little Medical School is we don't use any technology. We're trying to get kids away from the screen for like an hour. Get away from the screen. Here I am on the screen. But, you know, I could run a Little Medical School program in the middle of a park.
Yeah.
No problems. Like, you know, we could do all the activities that go into that program, and the kids will have a blast. So it's easy to run our programs. It's easy to run them in all different places. We've run at churches, hospitals. We do programs with different children's hospitals where kids who are in the hospital for lengthy stays, we do a virtual program with them. We ship some of our products to the hospital. They quarantine the product. And then it allows the child to kind of be a doctor for 30 minutes and kind of changes, or a nurse or whatever, vet, whatever program we're doing, and kind of takes their mind off of their illness or why they're in the hospital.
Do you also offer that to childhood cancer patient?
We would do it for any child. Yes. Any child. Just getting them. And sometimes it's really great for the siblings of children who might have cancer, who might have some kind of a long-lasting illness. And then they take our classes, and then they learn, okay, why is my brother or sister going through all of this? And it helps teach them, you know, maybe I can help them in this way, and this is how I can support my sibling in that way.
The reason why I asked is actually passionate. I mean, my real life experience. My daughter was diagnosed with leukemia in 2017. And I remember taking her to the hospital, and it was a 2.5 years of chemotherapy, or the treatment. It was putting a lot of stress on her to the point she's afraid to go to a hospital. And,
I don't blame her.
Yeah, because of the needles that people are putting into her. I wish I have known your program. Otherwise, I would definitely use it with her to really help her overcome some of the mental barrier was having, and she still have nightmare about it many years after.
That's a lot for a little child to go through. And just educating them and educating their siblings on why. You know, we just came out with an emergency medical program, and that teaches kids. So a lot of kids have diabetes or epilepsy or severe allergies to foods and other medications and things like that. So if we educate our youth on these types of diseases, then they'll better understand what their friends are going through. Why is my friend, you know, giving themselves insulin every day? So we're teaching them why and how they can better help their friend. Or if their friend has a seizure, what to do.
And for the cancer patients, why is the kid losing their hair, right? It's they don't understand why it's you know, their friends losing their hair and need to wear hats and all that stuff. So
So with the franchise, you're teaching all of the programs that we have, or whatever the schools are. A lot of times the schools will tell you what they want. And then we do a lot of stuff with the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts, helping them earn various badges and things like that. So there's a lot of opportunity. We're really looking for franchise owners that have a passion for teaching and love kids
Yeah.
and, just want to bring something different to the market. There is no other franchise like Little Medical School out there.
Yeah.
You have your robotics, you have
Yeah.
your coding, you
Yes.
have your bricks, your
Yep.
Legos and things
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
But Little Medical School is unique,
Yeah.
and it's bringing something different to children in a
So
really smart and fun way.
that's another area I'm super passionate about is the area of special needs, especially with autism.
Yep.
Because my son is on the autism spectrum, my entire business is dedicated to create toys for kids on the spectrum and with sensory needs. Do you have any special program for kids with special needs or with sensory issues?
We have tweaked a lot of our programs. My niece has Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And my sister, her mom, they worked out a program to teach to Down syndrome children. So what we do is if we have a child who has Down syndrome or a child that has autism, and we're informed about it ahead of time, we'll try to make sure that we tweak the curriculum a little bit to better help them and have a more enjoyable experience. For instance, we had a child that does not like the feel of clay.
Yeah.
And we use clay to make a humerus bone.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
so we made sure that child did not come in contact with the clay.
Yeah.
And we chose something different that he got to pick out.
Okay.
That better helped him understand. So when parents tell us ahead of time, hey, my child just, are sound or, so sometimes we can make sure we're a little bit more quiet or, children that have like that touch, that sensory to touch and different things. So we're always trying to tweak the best we can to accommodate all of our students.
Yeah, but I guess my question is beyond just accommodation, but do you have a special kid that teach other kids about autism?
Not yet, but we have been contacted by a few companies that would like to work together to create.
I would love to partner with you guys. If
Okay.
that's something that might be of your interest. That's my passion.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing since 2016. So yeah, I've been doing it for
I would love to talk to you more about that. That would be a wonderful thing to bring to the market.
Yeah, and we can co-brand it, co-market it. We have a small email list about 20,000 parents with special needs. And I think that would be a great tool to bring awareness, not just for the kids on the spectrum, but for all the other people that's trying to get to know them better.
Right.
As well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So.
No, it sounds wonderful. You will definitely talk about that.
Yeah. So as well, wrapping up today's interview, the final question I like to ask all the guests is if you had to share just one piece of advice with someone that's just getting started in the toy industry, what would that be?
Be very thoughtful. Be very thoughtful about what you're bringing to the market and do your research. Be very diligent about that research. What I mean is look to see what else is out there, who you're going to be competing against, and make it different. Make it something that isn't already on the shelf because it brings that competition level to a whole, it just really changes it. So be really thoughtful when you're creating. Be really thoughtful when you're thinking about what you're going to put on the shelves or what you're going to sell online. You want to make sure that you're standing out and you're bringing something really great into a child's life. And how is it going to benefit them? And just be really thoughtful in that process. That's what I've definitely learned over the years.
Got it. Thank you for sharing that. And where can the audience find you?
We're at littlemedicalschool.com, and we're based here in St. Louis, Missouri, where we just had the Afterschool, and that was really fun.
Oh, you should come back and say hi to me in person. I was there.
I meant to come and look for you, and then things, it was crazy, but we will definitely see each other again. Hopefully everyone had a great time at the Afterschool, and it was fun getting to have it here in St. Louis. And you can find us at littlemedicalschool.com. And if you are interested in the franchise or interested in our toys, I'm Jen Griffard, and you can always email me too. I'm on the website as well. And I just appreciate you giving me the time to talk about the wonderful things that we're doing. And I'm excited to see where the future leads us.
Yeah, thank you for all the things you are doing for the kids and really
Of course.
help them with, just not just education, but also like career choices,
Yes.
right?
Well, we already have a shortage of nurses and doctors, and
Yes, we
big
do.
time shortage.
do.
And
Yeah.
it's our youth that we're going to
Yeah.
need to help us in the future, whether
Yeah.
they decide to go into a healthcare career or not. At least we've given them that basic know-how and taught them something useful.
100%. Yeah. But thank you again for your time today on
Thank
the podcast.
you.
And thank you for sharing all the stories and experience that you have in
It
the
was a
toy industry.
pleasure.
So
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah.
All right. Have a wonderful day.